Good morning, welcome back. So I've come back round to Buttermere and we're going to do leg 5 of the Lakeland 100, which is Buttermere to Braithwaite. Can you hear those jet planes? They're doing the rounds. There's 4 of them just bombed over, and that's like the 3rd group that went past, unless it's, well, to be honest with you, it's probably the same group just doing laps. Anyway, back to today's run. Leg 5 of the Lakeland 100, which is Buttermere to Braithwaite. So I've chosen 3 waypoints for today's run. Waypoint 1 is taken from bullet point 3. Contour round Whiteless Breast to path end. Cross beck, steep uphill, continue contour to path end. Cross 3rd gill. So where the pass crosses 3rd gill, that's waypoint 1. Waypoint 2 is taken from bullet point 5, but if we start reading waypoint 4, fork left, on narrow path up steep scree slope, steep climb diagonally up through heather for 685 meters to Sail Pass. Bullet point 5, straight over Sail Pass. So waypoint 2 is Sail Pass. Waypoint 3 is taken from bullet point 7, veer left and over Barrow Door on good descending pass. So Barrow Door is waypoint 3, as you can see there on the map. And those are the waypoints for today's run. Today's run is 6.5 miles. It's a relatively short one, and it's a simple up and over. Hopefully it won't be too long because I've started late and it's almost 10:30 now, so hopefully I'll get back before it gets dark. But yeah, that's it. 3 waypoints for today. It's a pretty simple up and over run. Of course, I'll be turning around and coming back. And we're starting to creep into the northern lakes now, an area that I don't often come to, so it'd be quite nice. And the weather, it's not so hot. Well, it is February. It's not going to be hot. Figure of speech, it's not so good, is what I meant to say. MWIS last night said gale force winds, and I was lying in bed thinking to myself, I could hear the wind blowing outside, and I had initially decided to run around Langdale instead and keep it low level. But when I left the house, I saw the skies were quite clear, even though the winds were pretty strong. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to head over to Buttermere. However, I hadn't actually bought a map for Buttermere, so I had to stop off in Ambleside and buy one. So I've got myself the 1 to 25. Never leave home without a hard copy of mappage. So yeah, I'm going to stop waffling and we're going to get on with it. Let's go. So here we are, back at checkpoint 4. So like I said, a bit of a late start today, so we're going to crack on as soon as possible. But let's just have a quick look at the route card. So bullet point 1, leave checkpoint and turn right past front of Bridge Hotel, over Road Bridge and immediately right through metal gate marked Gill Wood. So yeah, out of the checkpoint, which is this building, down past Bridge Hotel and turn right, just by that bridge. So we're going to shoot down there now. Gate, Gill Wood. So to go off the route card, through the metal gate, follow path by fence with beck on right. Yeah, so a really late start today. So hopefully I'm going to get back before it's too dark. But much like the other videos that I've been doing, I'm just going to vlog one way. And depending on what the weather's like, I might actually come back a different route and do some trails that I've not done before. So I just thought I'd point something out. It's not actually a waypoint, but maybe it should have been. But here on the route card, on bullet point 2, follow path by walls and fence northeast for 880 meters. Take left fork north at pile of stones on narrow path up through bracken opposite gully of Swinside Gill. So that there is Swinside Gill, and as you can just see there, there's a car coming down, so that's where the road comes over the pass there. And here is a tiny, tiny little pile of stones. Easy to miss if you're not paying attention, and the path there goes up to the left. So we're going to traverse this hillside here and bomb it up there. Yeah, it's a small pile of stones. You can easily miss it if you're not paying attention. Maybe there'll be a marker at it, who knows? I should imagine there will be, because if it's dark, and maybe it will still be quite dark, I don't know. At this point here, I don't know, I'll crack out the time card. There's a time card online which you can download, and it should let us know estimated times. Anyway, this is the path that we're going to follow. Another point to note, bullet point 3, contour round Whiteless Breast to path end, cross beck, steep uphill. Steep uphill is that down there, doesn't look much. But when it takes you by surprise, it's cheeky. So we're heading to waypoint 1 now, which is crossing Third Beck, which is just around the corner here. Be about another 500 meters, I think. Whew, that was cheeky. Didn't expect that. Even though the route card did tell me it was coming. As you can see, the path is actually really nice, easy runnable path. There's a few cheeky undulations, like you just saw. Take you by surprise. But you can actually see Sail Pass up there, up in the distance. Sail Pass, waypoint 2, not far, and waypoint 1 is literally just around the corner here. Oh, God, I feel so unfit. I got dodgy Lee as well. I thought the niggle had gone, but it hasn't, so I've got to be quite conservative. And as you may have seen on the back here, I'm not carrying my poles because the connector for the quiver snapped off after 2 years of service. So got to get some new ones of those. All right, coming into waypoint 1. Here we are, Third Beck, where the path crosses the beck. Oh, slippery. Oh. All right, let's have a quick look at the route card. So bullet point 3, contour round Whiteless Breast to path end, cross beck, steep uphill, continue contour to path end. Seems a bit pidgin English to me. Cross Third Gill, which is here. So waypoint 1. Next waypoint is up to Sail Pass, which I just showed you there. It's not too far. It doesn't look too high. I'll be honest, I didn't do a proper map appreciation or map study as to how high that pass is, but from what we've done so far, it's a pretty undulating, chill route. There's a few cheeky uphill sections, which you just saw as well. And maybe there'll be another 1 or 2 up here. Once we're over the pass, it should be plain sailing. Ha! Ba-dum, ba-dum. All the way down into Braithwaite. Do love a dad joke. All right then, let's go. Yeah, some of the jokes I know are pretty terrible. But as you can see, it's a nice narrow sheep track type path, and even though it's traversing a relatively steep fell side, the actual path itself isn't hard on the ankles, which is nice, but it is a little narrow in places. This is another spot of note. Bullet point 3, cross Third Gill, short up and continue contour northeast to Adacombe Beck. That's Adacombe Beck in there. Cross Beck and on to Scree Path. Cross badly eroded section and continue for 300 metres to Small Cairn on left by Sheep Scoop. So that's the Scree slope there. Pretty prominent. One thing to note on this path, if it's been raining, it's a little dodge. There's sections that are nice and dry and good underfoot, nice and solid. You're going to have a good grip, a good footing, and then suddenly it just goes wet, slimy mud. So if it's at night and you're bombing along there, because it's a good path to bomb along, which is what I've just done, and you're not paying attention, you might hit some of that slidey mud and become a bit of a cropper. We're going to cross this beck, which is a pretty cool looking beck. It's really picturesque, this valley. Yeah, it's a really nice valley to be running up. Really picturesque. So I don't know if you'd be doing it at night or early morning. Oh my word. Weather's starting to pick up a bit. As you can see over in the distance there, Pillar. I think that's Pillar. Is that Pillar? I think it is, yeah. Covered in clag. And the winds are up. Right, let's get up to waypoint 2. So we're coming up to Sail Pass. Yeah, I'll be honest. I went a bit wrong back there. As you can see, just down there's another saddle. And because I wasn't paying attention, I mistook it for Sail Pass and had to make a course correct and go up the side of the fell through all the bracken to get to this pass, or this path I should say. So here we are, waypoint 2, Sail Pass, and it just pops over here down the other side. That there is Grisdale Pike. I haven't been over this side of the lakes for ages. It's nice to get over here. So let's just drop off here and do a quick time appreciation of how long that's taken me. We just pop off down here out of the wind. So you can see there, 1 hour, 26 minutes, 3.69 miles. Just thought I'd put the windproof on quickly because it's getting a bit chilly and I'm going downhill now. Looking at my Garmin, it was 1 hour 26, 1 hour 30, give or take. I was moving pretty quick. I have stopped quite a bit actually, if I'm honest. Went a bit wrong. So I reckon you'll probably do that in somewhere between 1 hour and 15, 1 hour 30 up to Sail Pass. Well, I would. And like I mentioned in the last video, I'm not a racing snake. I'm a tractor, just plodding along, grinding it out in first and second gear. You probably won't get me up. I don't get into third gear much, that's for sure. Anywho, right, we're heading down here now. So that there is bullet point 5, straight over Sail Pass, north. Follow main descending path, dropping steeply under Scar Crags, past Stone Shelter. Follow clear rocky path, past Stone Ruin on right. So that there is Scar Crags, and as you can see, the path follows that round. And I can see it, but you probably can't see it. There's a ruin just there on the right-hand side of the path. And that lump, that's directly in front of us. We're going around the right-hand side of that to waypoint 3, which is Barrow Door. And then we start descending down into Braithwaite. Right, let's get going. waypoint 3, Coal at Barrow Door. That's a nice view over to Skiddaw there. However, it's clagged in on top, no surprise. So yeah, here we go. Bullet point 6, blah, 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 blah. Continue up for 500 meters to Coal at Barrow Door. This is waypoint 3, right. As you can see down here, Braithwaite and checkpoint 5 is down there. So that's where we're gonna head now. Let's just drop off again and do a little time appreciation and just see how long that took us. So there you go, pretty much 2 hours to get to this point here. 5.18 miles. So 2 hours to get to Coal at Barrow Door. I've been running, I've been stopping. I've been running on sections that I wouldn't, but it's nice undulating path, if I'm honest. You can get some good time, you can make up some good time on some of these stretches. So, you know, helping yourself along with your poles. I reckon that's a conservative guesstimate. If I was doing this properly on race day, that would probably take me about 1 hour 45, maybe 2 hours. However, I can't really take into consideration how I'd be feeling at this point because, you know, I'm feeling quite fresh today, apart from an annoying knee niggle, which comes and goes. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Right, we're gonna head down into Braithwaite to checkpoint 5. Then I'm gonna have some lunch, and then I'm gonna turn around and come back. And hopefully get to Buttermere before the cafe closes, because I fancy another dirty piece of chocolate cake. Oh yeah. All right, let's get going. Junction with the Royal Oak. There you go, road junction, Royal Oak. So as you can see here, this is the road junction with the Royal Oak. I'd forgotten how much of a rabbit warren Braithwaite was, but I'm sure on the day there'll be waypoint markers so you don't get lost going through town. So it's just a short hop now down to the checkpoint, which is continue for 60 meters to checkpoint 5 in St Herbert's Church Hall, which is literally just down there on the left. So let's go check it out. There you go, St Herbert's Church Hall. So there you go. 2 hours 34 minutes, distance of 6.89, which is bang on 6.9 really. So yeah, that's pretty much leg 5. Well, that's leg 5. That wasn't too bad actually. That was quite a nice, easy, gentle ascent. One up, one down basically. So I'm just gonna head back now. Hopefully get back in time that I can get to the cafe before it closes, get myself a coffee. I'm just gonna find somewhere a little bit sheltered, gonna have a sandwich, and then I'm gonna go. So yeah, leg 5. I'll be honest, when I started this run, I wasn't feeling it. But as I got into it, I started to enjoy it more, so that's what it's all about. Well, that's that done. I'm just gonna bomb it back now. So I hope you enjoyed that. Leg 5, we're getting into the we're getting closer and closer to the Lakeland 50 route now. 4 more runs and we'll have it squared away, I should think. So yeah, cool. All right then. Well, until the next video. Cheers.